What's up guys, this is Shambles11 and welcome to Eventide Slavic Fable on the good old Xbox One. This is a new Idea Xbox game by the good folks at Artifex Mundi, and a huge thank you to my old buddy Lucas for allowing me to share this game with you guys. Okay, so as I'm sure you know, Artifex Mundi are the specialists in hidden object puzzle games. I do believe this may well be the 7th game they've released on Xbox One. It feels like we only just did a game a couple of weeks ago. And essentially what we have is a mystery. Goodness, scary, isn't it? And we have to solve the puzzles to help us rescue somebody. That's what happens in all these games, it feels like. This time we're rescuing our grandmother, but the slight difference with this one to other Artifex Mundi games is that this one is actually based upon some Slavic mythology. We are set in a heritage park where Slavic can't even say it, Slavic creatures coexist with humans. The main character gets a invitation from her grandmother, who is the curator of the park. We turn up and, as you can see, we get attacked. We have to save an endangered plant, but along the way there is various twists and turns and mysteries going on. Sounds very mysterious. As always guys, there is a huge mixture of different puzzles. It's not just finding the hidden objects. There is a nice mixture, a nice variety of puzzles to be had, some of which we've seen before, a couple of which are brand new, and quite a few at the beginning actually explain the story. There are a few collectibles as well that will help us. They're quite cool actually. They're in the shape of cards that look very much like almost a Pokemon kind of card when you look at them, and they explain the characters in a little bit more detail. Now I have to say I'm a huge fan of what Artifex Mundi do, and you know, the quality of their games is second to none. They are the best at this kind of game, and in all honesty your only choice on Xbox One, but that's not a bad thing. Having had a huge catalogue already out on PC, they are all, it seems, slowly porting their way over to Xbox One, and I'm really happy with that. I'm pleased because I like this kind of game. You guys have played these before, they've been around a long time, but they don't, you know, they get your brain going. Achievements wise, there's a nice mix. I actually do have the full 1000G. I absolutely blitz this in a day. It can be done, and that's including the DLC that's included, but the mixture is there. It's solve puzzles fairly quickly, you know, make very few mistakes, and of course story based ones that you will just unlock as you progress through the game, which is always nice. The settings are absolutely gorgeous. The graphics are, you know, they're fine, but I have to say the reason I'm saying they're fine is for me and for the kind of high levels that Artifex Mundi have usually peaked at. I've actually found the cutscenes on this to be a little bit underwhelming. I don't know if the graphical style is slightly different. I mean, the actual settings themselves, the levels themselves, as you can see, are perfectly fine. They have plenty to keep the eye interested. There's a huge variety of different backgrounds as well, which is always nice. We do also have, as you just saw me pick up there, collectible flowers that all count towards an achievement as well. But I found all of these without any guides. There are guides available online. I'm quite certain of it, although I'll be honest with you, I played through this, the DLC, and played the main campaign on Expert without any help or needing to look anything up. The puzzles are fairly straightforward. There was one or two that I had to go away and think about, but you know, it's perfectly enjoyable. But I have to say, although there is the mythology and the sense that, you know, you are actually learning something, which is nice, you know, different cultures broaden the mind, this, that and the other, for me, I found this not disappointing. It's not a bad game, it's just not their best. It's perfectly okay. If you want another puzzle game, then this ticks all the boxes. If you want a relatively easy 1000G, it's certainly a great game to do that and boost up your gamer score very, very quickly for really not too much money at all. But if you haven't played any of the Artifex Mundi games, then please check out the other reviews I do in this playlist that I've added this to, because personally I think there's a couple of better ones. Although, like I say, this is by no means a bad game. I just don't feel it's their best. However, you know, I am looking forward to seeing the next games that come out. I do still play them all through. Like I say, this thoroughly entertained me for a full day, and I did put in, you know, play quite aggressively on this one to get it done in the day. But you know, guys, I hope you found this video useful. You know, I don't mean to sound negative. It's really not a bad game. And Artifex Mundi, please do continue to bring these great games over onto the Xbox One. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Till next time.